Live from KSAT 12, the news at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Danielle Ibarra. We begin with a traffic alert out for drivers in Seguin. It's at I-10 westbound at Highway 90 and East Kingsbury Street. TxDOT crews are working to repair this. You can see a big chunk of the highway appears to be missing from the overpass. TxDOT says the lane closures there are temporary and should be reopened by 10 o'clock tonight. The body of a man who drowned while fishing has been recovered. Bernie City officials tell us the man was fishing with a group at Bernie City Lake yesterday afternoon when he went out into the water and went under. The man reportedly yelled for help, but the people who were with him were not able to swim to him. The Bernie Fire Department found his body this morning. That man, who is from Leon Springs, has not yet been identified. Have you seen this woman? San Antonio police are looking for 32-year-old Tatiana Banks Ellis. She's been missing since Thursday, and officers believe she could be in danger. She was last seen on Oakgate Drive near Wurzbach and Vance Jackson on the city's northwest side in a blue 2011 Nissan Rogue with Texas license plate SKN 3132. We're told she has Harry Potter tattoos above both her knees. So if you know anything that can help find her, please call SAPD.
All right, switching gears now and heading outside with live cam. Very similar scene to what we were looking at this time yesterday. Plenty of sunshine, blue skies after we did find some morning cloud cover around the San Antonio area. You can see that has helped temperatures climb into the 90s this afternoon. 90s across the board, 93 officially right now here in the Alamo City, with the exception being Junction, Del Rio, as well as Carrizo Springs, checking in the triple digits this hour. As we look ahead to the upcoming work week, this summer-like heat is going to continue, and it's going to be the big story as well. So here's a look at your KSAT 12-hour forecast for our Monday. Copy and paste conditions for the most part compared to what we saw today, starting off in the low 70s with that morning cloud cover, maybe a little bit of brief patchy fog in a few locations. By lunchtime, already starting to see that morning cloud cover break up, mid-80s expected at noon, and then a high temperature topping off right around 95 degrees. As we look ahead to the remainder of the work week, this big blue H, a high pressure system, is going to work its way closer to south central Texas, which means temperatures will continue to stay elevated. Upper 90s, feeling even hotter Tuesday and Wednesday, with just a few isolated chances for rain by the middle to later portions of the week. So we'll continue to keep you posted on that. Another update coming tonight on the Night Beat. Until then, we're going to send you over to a previously recorded version of Know My Neighborhood, Shearer Hills.
And welcome to KSAT's monthly neighborhood newscast, where we take our show on the road to learn more about the community that we all call home. Tonight's episode of Know My Neighborhood brings us to Shearer Hills Ridgeview.
You are looking at a live picture high above the neighborhood where you're going to find places that make it special, like those iconic cowboy boots outside of North Star Mall, and areas where people are dealing with differences, like the Migrant Resource Center right off San Pedro.
Tonight we are live inside the Rollercade, just one of many places that make up the Shearer Hills Ridgeview neighborhood.
So where is the neighborhood located exactly? Well, it lies north of Basse Road to Loop 410, spanning as far as Blanco Road to Highway 281. Welcome inside the Rollercade, and good evening. I'm Steve Spriester.
And I'm Myra Arthur. We are broadcasting live from a place iconic for its sign, notable for its nostalgia. It's been up and running, this Rollercade, since 1959.
Yeah, and it was actually built around the same time that the Shearer Hills Ridgeview neighborhood was built, the 1950s. So to get a better idea of what this neighborhood is all about, we went for a walk and a ride with a local rock musician and sat on the front porch and sip tea with some longtime residents. Take a look.
Come on, all the way. Come on. There you go, buddy.
We've never interviewed a rock and roller for Know My Neighborhood before, so. Can you say action first?
Action.
My house was built in 1956, and so most of these houses are that era from like 54 to 58. The Mad Men.
That's what I was going to say. This is kind of like the Mad Men neighborhood.
It's total Mad Men neighborhood.
How long have you guys lived in this neighborhood?
53 years this in January.
Well, to us, it's home.
It feels like you're in the country, but you're right in the middle of the city.
In the middle of the city.
So convenient.
All that development up north, San Pedro and all that asphalt that was poured, and all that water runs downhill, and we're downhill, and it runs right through here down to Olmos Basin. So this is the problem in our neighborhood, FYI.
We got curbs. We did not have curbs.
We had water go through our house.
My neighbor Scott moves his cars off the street because he knows that they might get swept off and into my lawn, which happened. And we're just going to pull up here on the left.
Eric, the Migrant Resource Center is in this neighborhood. What has this meant to be in the neighborhood? What's the impact been to Shearer Hills and Ridgeview?
I was concerned, is there going to be an uptick in crime? And there hasn't been.
Are businesses concerned?
Yeah.
And has that abated, or is it still an issue?
I think there's a concern probably here at this strip center. I worry for the migrants walking up and down San Pedro because it's so pedestrian adverse. It's a highway with people traveling crazy amounts of speed.
I don't even know if I'd try to cross it.
I mean, I was privileged to be able to go in and check it out at the very beginning, and it is not this, it's not a sex trafficking ring. It's none of that stuff. It's just boring. People waiting, families there drinking coffee. Turn right. So we're going through the back door of our community walking trail. We got this now concrete trail, which is great for the elderly people that lived in the neighborhood. And then we got this exercise equipment and these lights that are now beautiful, and it's made it safer.
I would really like to walk down there, and he would like it too, but there's no bathrooms there.
I think it's in the works.
Yeah, I think you're getting one.
Really?
Now, with the new bond money, we're getting a Portland Loo bathroom, a beautiful one of the metal ones.
What do you want people to know about your neighborhood?
I don't know. It's a beautiful place to live. There's some history here. There's actually a community that's growing.
Describe the neighborhood. What's it like to live in this area?
It's calm. It's familiar. It's easy. It's a great place, and it was a wonderful place to raise our children.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. That's just what I was thinking.
It won't be after this. I'm sorry.
Sacred places of worship, prayer, and community of all faiths, past and present, say a lot about the people of Shearer Hills.
Still, despite those cornerstones of faith, Shearer Hills was created during racially segregated times, as specified by its developer, H.J. Shearer.
Here, it indicates that there are deed restrictions.
In the records at the Bexar County Clerk's Office, signed by Shearer, was a racial covenant, now barred by federal law.
No part of said property shall be sold or occupied by any person of African descent, except as servants.
A shocking revelation for Jennifer Neal, the president of the Shearer Hills Ridgeview Neighborhood Association. She and her husband began raising a family here 5 years ago.
Just squat down and then back up with it. Right here, young lady.
A business owner in the neighborhood, Greg Bell, says in 1997, his first house here had one of those antiquated racial covenants and a maid's quarters.
This is where the only way someone of my race could have been living in this house in the 50s. In the 50s.
Okay. Let's enjoy.
About the time Irene Ortiz was a newlywed, when a builder told the young couple about a house in the Olmos area.
That's too far. I don't want to live out in the boonies.
Hard to believe now, but Ortiz says all this was woods.
McCullough was a dirt road. There was no such thing as freeways of any kind. There was no such thing as the mall.
Back when San Pedro was the main thoroughfare into town, and why El Montan Motel, or Motor Court as it was known, was built in 1950 to cater to travelers. Yet the builder was quick to assure Ortiz.
It wasn't going to remain like it is.
Sure enough, as he'd predicted, the Olmos Basin Golf Course was put in the early 60s, and what were billed as the world's tallest booths stood proudly outside the new North Star Mall. on the heels of the post-war building boom.
That particular area had some houses already, but there were still lots available.
Under renovation is the last of actually 2 houses the Ortiz bought over the years in Shearer Hills. And as for the neighborhood's namesake,
hey, this is where we came from. Let's keep doing better.
In the summer of 2022, Shearer Hills became the home of the Migrant Resource Center. The city opened the facility to help asylum seekers get to their final destinations. Eric Sandin with the Shearer Hills Neighborhood Association says initially it took some getting used to.
The problems would be sort of low-level problems. Like at the beginning, there was a problem with trash because when the city began the project, they just didn't have the operations in place. But it's relatively very clean right now. They're doing a good job of cleaning up the trash.
Jose from Venezuela is one of more than 500,000 migrants who've come through the city since 2021. In September, Jose told us he only got to stay inside the facility for a night. Then, he says the curb became his bed, with a view overlooking several Shearer Hills homes, including Mark Hebert's. To him, these nomadic neighbors are a non-issue.
There has not been any negative experience that I've had with anybody who's going through the MRC.
About half a mile away, Charles Norrie has a different perspective. This is helping or hurting your neighborhood?
Well, no question about it. It's a thumb on the neighborhood.
With the Migrant Resource Facility a few blocks away, Norrie says he feels like his backyard has become the border.
You go to any of the other stores up here in Northtown Plaza, they're just overloaded. You can go up there most days and find a large number of people just sitting all across the curb in front of the businesses.
Norrie and other neighbors say they've seen migrants walking around and at times approaching people. Does it make you feel unsafe at all?
Not at all, not in the least. I think there are a lot of folks who are driven by fear and then driven by politics.
Hubert wishes people would put politics aside and focus on the people, like Jose, who is trying to support his parents and 2 kids back in Venezuela. A humanitarian issue right behind these homes.
They're like any guest. Somebody is coming to your home. You want to treat them well. Think about what you'd want if you were wearing their shoes.
Have compassion.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And we did try reaching out to the Migrant Resource Center because we wanted to get a look inside, but we never heard back. One thing I want to point out is that this was supposed to be a temporary facility, and I mean, it's been there for 2 years.
Yeah, we've heard from the mayor who said that for the foreseeable future, it will stay there. Daniela, thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Daniela.
This neighborhood is centrally located, but it's that location that puts this neighborhood in a bit of a precarious spot.
Yeah, it's in the Olmos Basin, it's in the Olmos Creek watershed, and some of the homes in this neighborhood are actually in the floodplain itself. That can be bad news, and that was never more evident than the Memorial Day flooding that took place in 2013.
Yeah, homes went underwater then, drivers had to be rescued, and as Justin Horn found out, it was that flooding that spurred change to try to save this neighborhood from going through that again.
And I looked out my front window, and just right there I saw a car perched against the telephone pole with a child like waving, like he might have been in middle school, waving out for help, screaming for help.
Realizing there were 2 kids and their grandmother in the car, Erica and her husband Lewis, along with her brother Bradley, jumped into action. Lewis found a rope and tied himself to a nearby tree.
So I had to hold it here with the car here, and that's when I just started taking the kids out. And then I saw my brother-in-law show up, and so I was able to give him a couple of the kiddos. And then that's when the lady, we had tried to figure out how to get her out. And so when she came out, again, that was when I went into the water.
Water that had become a dangerous raging river.
I remember seeing big old chunks of asphalt flipping in the street,
forcing him to take action.
I just pretty much grabbed both of them and helped them both get out the water.
a heroic act that likely saved the lives of those in the car. That was Memorial Day weekend 2013, and almost 11 years later, the city is still working to improve flood control in the neighborhood.
Prior to the flood where I'm standing now, you would have found homes here along Barber Drive and across the canal on Shannon Lee Street, more than 30 of them. After the flood, the city bought these homes and demolished them to help make this canal larger. It was part of the Barber Drive drainage project.
That was phase 1 of the project. Phase 2 has also been completed, while phase 3 is funded but under design, according to the city of San Antonio, with a price tag for all 3 phases at $33.8 million. All of it, though, downstream of where the Noriegas live. So they say flooding is still very much an issue. Just last month, their garage flooded from heavy rains. They say it happens often at their home at the corner of Delwood Drive and Beechwood Lane. Is that part of the phase 3?
It is, but they stop about right here.
Yeah.
But the infrastructure needs to be up there to pull that water underneath.
Right.
It's been improved. So like what the engineers have told me is that the water going down south of like where the channel is, those houses there are protected, but like further upstream you still have the problem.
And for Noriega, she's been on a decade-long quest to make sure this problem doesn't take someone's life.
We've been advocating, my mother, all the people that live in this neighborhood, we have been advocating for it to get fixed, for the city to fix it. And like I said, we sit on our porch, and when it is flooding like that, we'll see cars who probably don't know the area and aren't sure that how deep it is. We'll tell them, like, please do not, like, we'll be waving them, like, do not come, do not cross.
And phase 3, by the way, is expected to start next year. And I remember 2013 very well. I mean, it was a big flood, did a lot of damage, but this neighborhood is no stranger to floods, that's for sure.
I can't imagine somebody standing in their front yard warning people, don't come this way.
To this day.
Still to this day, there is still work to be done.
Driving these streets is like looking through a retro lens.
I was flabbergasted. I was like, wow, look at all these beautiful mid-century modern homes. And it had that very California, whimsical feel.
Andrea and Jeff Duarte bought their mid-mod gem 10 years ago.
So this is the original door.
Yes,
right?
it is.
1958.
Yes.
It was love at the carport door.
The realtor brought us through the carport door, and I put my hands on that island, and I literally saw, okay, my kid's watching Saturday morning cartoons, and I'm making pancakes.
Terrazzo floors, interior brick, light fixtures, treasures in a time capsule.
All the windows are still original.
Front windows that are above eye level.
You can have some privacy, but when you sit on the couch, you get all that nature coming in. You get to see trees.
This whole area is 50s, 60s.
Architect Rick Lewis says history laid the foundation.
People had money. For the first time, a lot of the people came back from the war, used the GI Bill, got education. By 1960s, they were up and running, and so their home really was their castle.
So what are you likely to find in mid-mod castles?
Lots of glass.
Expansive windows, low-sloped roofs, clean lines, and big backyards for family and entertaining.
These houses spoke of living a very different way, a much more casual, and a way that was somewhat nostalgic.
Is there interest in people buying this style of house?
Yes. Realtor Eduardo Magaloni gave us a peek into the past with this listing. The kitchen still has its 50s tile.
We're coming into the hall bath, which has a chandelier.
That is Barbie pink, isn't it?
And that's back in style.
What is this? Just
This was a feature where you have your toothbrush holder and cup holder.
And something else unexpected.
This is the maid's quarters.
You don't see a lot of that anymore.
No, in Sheer Hills, quite a few houses have the maid's quarters.
Times have changed. Now the neighborhood is fondly reminiscent of old sitcoms.
All our daughter's watching Bewitched right now.
Yeah.
And for Andrea and Jeff, it feels just right.
It has some age to it, which feels comforting, and it feels a little more like home.